Hello everyone, I'm DashUp and I'm thrilled to welcome you to this brand new video dedicated to the game Ananta. In August 2023, a mysterious trailer was making the rounds on social media, a futuristic urban RPG blending anime, science fiction, and open world elements, which at the time was called Project Mugen. Immediately compared to GTA, Genshin Impact, or even Persona, the game was as intriguing as it was divisive. Developed by the Chinese studio Naked Rain under the umbrella of the giant NetEase, Project Mugen promised to push the boundaries of the genre with a massive city, stylish combat, and charismatic characters. 2 years later, Project Mugen has been renamed Ananta, and it's back in the spotlight thanks to the Tokyo Game Show 2025. This time, no more enigmatic trailers. A real playable demo is on display, and journalists can finally get their hands on the game. And this playable demo will be the main focus of our video today. To be more precise, it's the opinion of a journalist from the South Korean media outlet Inven who tested the game and shares his impressions in an article. So what follows is not my own opinion on the game, since I haven't tested Ananta. I wasn't at this year's Tokyo Game Show. It will therefore be the opinion of the Inven journalist. Before we continue, I should note that the game is officially announced for PlayStation 5, PC, and mobile platforms, and there is no official release date yet. Let's wrap up this intro now and dive straight into the article from the Inven journalist. Among the many major titles and standout games at TGS 2025, if I had to pick just one to grab attention, personally I'd choose Ananta. This urban open-world RPG is developed by Naked Rain Studio under the umbrella of NetEase. From the reveal of its first trailer, it was dubbed the GTA of subculture, but up until now, only closed testing phases had been conducted. Few players had tried it, and much remained in the shadows. For Tokyo Game Show 2025, the studio decided to unveil a new gameplay trailer while offering an on-site demo for visitors. With no release date set yet, Ananta still seems largely in development, but the reason for its presence at Tokyo Game Show is clear. To address the rumors circulating in communities, the trailer is just smoke and mirrors. It looks like GTA, but don't expect deep building interactions, and prove that what they're showing is genuine content. And what we got to try on site confirmed that the trailers aren't exaggerated. We could see that the visuals, the action, and the various city-related contents all functioned properly. That said, despite this high level of polish, reactions aren't unanimous. I sensed as much admiration as reservation. Here are some feedbacks following this demo session. The demonstration was divided into two modes, a main scenario mode, following the story, and a free exploration mode, allowing you to choose different characters to roam the city. We started with the main scenario mode, in which the story begins early in the morning when outlaws attack the protagonist Cheon-Soo. This part serves to experiment with the basic combat system. The graphical quality level is truly high. Even when compared to recent top-tier Chinese mobile games, Ananta has nothing to be ashamed of. The combat system is also well crafted. Enemy attacks are divided into three types: standard attack, white warning, intermediate attack, blue, and strong attack, red. Each type requires a different response. The standard attack can be countered with a parry just before contact, which repels the enemy. For the intermediate attack, a stronger response is needed, such as toppling the opponent. The strong attack cannot be parried, it must be dodged. The notable element is the variety of dodges. Dodging away performs a simple evade, but dodging toward the enemy allows you to slide between their legs, push off them, or perform acrobatic moves depending on the situation. By combining attacks, parries, and dodges, you can achieve a wide variety of actions even with a limited set of controls. One of the distinctive elements is the use of telekinetic powers. In combat, these powers manifest in two ways: manipulating surrounding objects to hurl them at the enemy, for example, lifting a manhole cover to throw it, or inserting a tire between the enemy to immobilize them. Objects like pipes or baseball bats can be used as weapons, returning the enemy's projectiles. If an opponent launches a rocket, you can dodge it, then use telekinesis to send it back at them before it explodes. Interaction with the surrounding environment also draws attention. For example, if the enemy is backed against a wall, by pressing R3 with the DualSense controller, you can exploit the wall to neutralize the opponent. These small details enrich the experience by making simple gestures feel like spectacular actions. You get the impression of controlling the action rather than being guided through it. The smooth transition between gameplay and cinematics is another strength. The cinematics showcase varied aspects of the characters, underscoring the high level of polish. The game also incorporates event sequences. For example, during a car chase with outlaws, you can shoot at different elements. Shooting a tire causes the vehicle to lose balance, shooting the driver alters the scene, etc. These micro choices create variations in sequences even in already scripted moments. However, despite all these qualities, a strong sense of déjà vu emerges. The issue isn't just that some mechanics resemble other games, but that the resemblance is too strong across numerous aspects. The originality in certain key areas is too weak to make up for it. This impression isn't limited to combat. In free exploration mode, you can roam the city freely with Cheon-Soo. His movement is fluid as he uses a sort of tentacle or appendage to navigate through urban buildings. This mechanic immediately evokes existing games. Even if the animations and actions are varied, the lack of novelty leaves its mark on the experience. In free exploration mode, we were able to concretely test the freedom of movement in the city. The objective in the demo version wasn't explicitly stated. We could simply wander around and discover things at our leisure. 3 characters were available, Cheon-Soo, Tappy, and Ricky, but the demo time was limited, so we quickly switched from Cheon-Soo to Tappy. Switching from one character to another recalls the GTA system. In other mobile games, character replacement happens at your current location. Here, Ananta performs the transition while preserving the location. This difference is a distinctive point. The characters exist independently in the city. They don't always move together but pursue their own lives. In the demonstrated version, the switch was limited to this immediate flip, but if this system is deepened, it could generate unexpected events like in GTA, where changing characters triggers surprise events. Tappy is a character with his own mechanic. This character carries a portable motorcycle that can move normally. In combat, this motorcycle transforms into a huge hammer. The idea that each character leads a different life is more than just a stylistic effect. It also applies to quests. During the demonstration, while playing with Tappy, quests arose naturally as I wandered the city. I experienced a fairly extensive narrative path without being explicitly directed. I first went to a warehouse to carry out a mission. I discovered 2 outlaws fighting each other. I intervened, then I found myself in a cargo delivery on board a truck. And finally, I delivered a supposedly vampiric character. This kind of unexpected unfolding reveals a fluid and dynamic quest structure, a sign of a rich world. Beyond combat, other elements were well represented. For example, a clothing store was available. Ananta has already announced that it is abandoning the character gacha model in favor of visual elements, skins, vehicles. But here, one could buy clothes in the game with traditional means. This customization seems promising for players who enjoy that kind of element. Since the demo time was limited, I couldn't explore all the features, but by observing the other participants, I saw that there were gyms where you could work out and other varied activities. What I particularly appreciated was the optimization. Although it's mentioned that the game uses the Unity engine, which is often criticized for performance on certain configurations, Ananta showed remarkable stability during the demo without frame drops or stutters. Of course, this depended on the demo machine's configuration, but it's a good sign. Ananta appears as a game with strong potential. In less than 30 minutes of demo, it made me want to return to it as soon as it's released. The game seems solid in many aspects, and however, a reservation persists regarding the design of the movements and the combat system, particularly for the character Cheon-Soo. If these elements are not reworked, they will become points of criticism that are hard to defend. To mask these weaknesses, it will need to offer content of exceptional scope. If the studio manages to achieve that, Ananta could become the game of the year upon its release. There we go, I finished sharing the article from the Inven media outlet, where one of their journalists tested the game at Tokyo Game Show 2025. Since I talk about Ananta in my news videos, I thought sharing a tester's opinion was a great opportunity for us to get a fresh perspective on the game. I hope all of this pleased you. If so, don't hesitate to give it a little thumbs up below. It always makes my day. It's time for us to part ways now. I wish you all fantastic gaming sessions, no matter what game you're playing, because the most important thing here is to have fun.